Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Retro Gamers Podcast, episode number 284. Larry here.
And Anthony here.
And what's going on? How are you?
Doing okay. Another week is here.
Yes, and another week I'm still out and about.
You're on location.
Yes, I am. Don't mind
that's how they say it in the film. In the
road.
Right?
Yes.
You're on location.
I'm on assignment. No one knows.
No. That's a journalist.
We're kind of like journalists.
Yeah.
Terrible journalists, but we're like journalists.
Oh, we're awful. We're absolutely terrible. I don't know why people listen,
but
thank you.
Neither do I. No, really. Thank you, everybody who does listen. Yes, we do appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking up something because speaking of which, someone did email us real quick. I just remembered, nothing major.
Oh yeah.
Friend of ours, Nathan Singleton, emailed us about the physical and digital debate. And we're going to leave this to rest at this point. He just says, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Just simply don't do it. But if you do, let me know.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a prospective buyer there.
Well, I think I have a few prospective buyers. And based on today's conversation, there might be some more stuff going out.
Then you have a prospective buyer right here.
So we'll talk about that a little later. But let's get right into it because again, we a lot of stuff, big news.
Yeah, a lot of stuff to cover. Before we get into that, though, I want to go back to something we were talking about last week.
Okay,
and we talked about the Pac-Man Museum Plus.
Pac-Man Museum Plus, yes.
Pac-Man Museum Plus, which I have downloaded and I'm obsessed with right now.
Oh, you told me it was only on the PS4, so you're able to get it?
Yeah, no, I figured out a way to get it. It did something weird on the PS5. Like I don't know why. Like I had to like pick a different version or I don't know what it was, but it was something weird. But I managed to download it. I can't stop playing it. I don't know why. All of a sudden I'm like, you know why? There were so many Pac-Man games in there I never played.
That's the thing, and that's the thing that I love. So, yeah. Pac-Man Museum Plus, yes, talked about it last week. 14 different Pac-Man games.
Yep.
And you did tell me during the week, you're like, I'm obsessed with this game, and like in my head, I was like, it's Pac-Man, nothing new. There are a couple of different games, but just knowing that you're obsessed with it, I love hearing. Which game though is like your favorite right now in that collection?
Oh, right now I had a blast going through Pac-Man Arrangement.
Yes.
Pac-Man Arrangement, the arcade one in 2005, I think.
The arcade,
there were two. There was one in 96 and one in 05. The one in 05 is insanely fun.
The arcade version is the one that you walk up to the arcade machine. Mm-hmm. The PSP version is the one. It took me a little while to realize all the console version games are on that console looking arcade machine.
Yes.
Yeah. So I love the arcade version more than the PSP console version.
Okay. I'm not sure which one I like better, but
you can tell it's the PSP one because it's more horizontal looking than the arcade that's more vertical. But either way, great game.
The horizontal one is the one that I like better.
Okay, so that's the PSP.
Yeah, I like the PS3. But yeah, that one's really, really fun. And I could definitely say with a lot of confidence, I do not like Pac in Time.
No, right?
He's so hard to control. Hard to control.
I don't get how to play it. You're right. It's very annoying.
I mean, it makes sense. It's like collect all the pellets so that you can unlock the door to the next level. I go, but it's just so hard to control him.
I didn't even bother with the first level.
Yeah, I'm just like I played through one level and I think I got maybe two levels and I'm like, okay.
You played enough because I think you have to play it twice to unlock something else. So,
yeah, but here's the problem. It's like the reason why I'm obsessed with this is because it has missions and you can complete missions for every game. And I'm like, well, of course, now I want 100% on all of them. I was like, which means at some point I'm going to have to fight my way through Pac in Time and Pac-Land, which is also obnoxious.
Pac-Land, yes. Originally, when I first played it years ago, very obnoxious. And then I watched, again, I love watching him on YouTube, Patman QC. He did a video about Pac-Land and kind of explained how the game works.
Yeah.
And after he did that, I went back and played it, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't as bad as I thought it was."
Oh no, it's not terrible. I'm on a I keep getting to the same spot. I get to level 3, and there's a big moat or there's a big pool of water, and I can't jump over it.
Yeah, it's something something weird to do.
Yeah,
But,
so like that's like once I get past that, I'll probably like it better. But like right now, I'm just struggling with it.
have you tried Pack and Roll Redux?
Pack and Roll.
That's also on the console section.
I must have because I got the trophy for playing everything. So.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know those. Well, you're playing on PlayStation. I got it on Switch. We got to see if it's cross-platform. We got to check that out.
Oh yeah, that'll be. I don't think it's online multiplayer. I thought it was. I think it's couch multiplayer only.
You're right.
Yeah.
It is. I think it is couch. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So yeah, because like I saw Pac-Man Battle Royale on there. I was like, oh great, online multiplayer would be great with this. No, couch.
For shame.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I'm happy that you like it.
Yeah, but the reason why I brought it up is I just wanted to do not so much a correction, but just we were talking last week about the controversy, quote unquote, of Ms. Pac-Man, Pac-Man Jr., Baby Pac-Man, whatever. Like they got all different names. They got Pac-Mom, Pac-Boy,
Pac-Boy, and Pac-Sis. Because none of that didn't make sense.
Right, because Pac-Girl doesn't make sense, right? Pac-Sis. But we were trying to figure out, it's like, oh, what's the issue? What's the issue? And somebody on our YouTube page made a comment, and I was like, duh. I was like, leave it to us to not think of that. Legal issues with Miss Pac-Man. That would be the reason why they changed the name, because there are legal issues right now stemming from Miss Pac-Man.
Is it really?
Yeah, there are some legal issues going on. And I think, so that actually makes the most sense as to why characters had to be renamed. Because if there were, and I also think if there weren't legal issues, Miss Pac-Man would be on the collection. So.
True, even though sometimes I know they like to keep them separate.
Yeah.
But now that's something maybe to talk about next week. I'm curious what these legal issues are.
Yeah, so
we both sound like we're looking it up.
Yeah, I'm typing it up right now. So Miss Pac-Man removed. This was in 2019. Yeah. So
ad games, really? They're back to plague us again?
Yeah. So so like there was an archive that was released, and then there is a dispute over royalty rights between Miss Pac-Man creator GCC and Pac-Man owner Bandai Namco. So and then so the licensing problems are just going back and forth. So as a result, Bandai has removed Miss Pac-Man from all of their releases, including, actually right here it says it, including the upcoming Pac-Man Museum Plus. Miss Pac-Man was supposed to be in that collection.
Well, hopefully they'll get that worked out and it'll be updated.
Yeah, I want to download with Miss Pac-Man in there because that would be awesome. so that would be the reason why it's not in there. That's why her name was changed. So thank you to I don't remember who wrote it on YouTube, but thank you for pointing that out because we completely missed it.
Listen, maybe was it the Unfun Gamer? Because he's always correcting me.
No, it wasn't the Unfun Gamer.
All right.
And it wasn't a correction. It was just we were speculating as to why they changed the name, and there's your answer.
Trust me, we get a ton of stuff wrong, so you folks can have fun.
Well, you get a ton of stuff wrong. Me one or two. So I just want to touch on that, and then I also wanted to touch on really quickly that I went to go visit my friend a couple of days ago for his birthday, and I picked up the game that was shipped to his house.
Hey!
So I finally got my limited run game Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Ghoul Patrol.
Finally.
Yeah, so very, very happy about that. So I'm looking forward to playing that.
Awesome.
Love Zombies Ate My Neighbors, and I've never played Ghoul Patrol, so this is going to be fun.
Yeah, Ghoul Patrol is a little tough. I was playing it. It's ugly.
It has a 2-player mode with a save feature, and then it has achievements and museum features.
Oh, there you go.
So that'll be fun. Looking forward to playing those. All right,
cool.
And that I got out of the way because we have a lot of news to talk about today.
Yes, let's get right into it. First, let's start with a little more modern stuff.
Yes, we're going to go current first.
Yes, just recently dropped the other day was the new State of Play.
Yep, Sony State of Play. That they came out with quite an interesting bit of news and different games coming out, and I think we'll just jump right into it because I have the list here.
Did you actually watch it?
I did not because I was working.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually I don't know what I was doing. I guess it was late enough. It was after work for me, and I just caught it. I'm like, oh, it's a State of Play coming up, so I figure I'll watch it. Yeah. So let's go through the games. We'll talk about that. And, just kind of give our opinions about it. So what do we got?
Yep. Okay, well, the first one is probably maybe not one of the biggest ones, but Capcom made an announcement. We've seen the Resident Evil 2 remake. We've seen the Resident Evil 3 remake. Big surprise, we're getting a Resident Evil 4 remake.
Yes.
And the remakes have been beautiful. So
remakes look awesome. And this one is going to be, it looks like, if I looked at it correctly, exclusive to the PS5.
I think so,
because I didn't see a PS4 logo.
No,
yeah,
I think it's PS5 only. Release date is March 24th, 2023. Mm-hmm. It will include PSVR 2 content.
We'll talk about that also in a second.
We'll talk about that in a minute. But we'll have PSVR 2 content. Resident Evil 4, interesting for me because that's when I stopped playing Resident Evil, because they changed the way you played it. It didn't feel survival horror to me anymore.
It kind of went a different direction.
Went kind of action.
I feel like it went a different direction only because that's where the systems were going. Like, it allowed for it. Mm-hmm. Because like, I remember Resident Evil 4 coming out on the PS3, on the Wii, stuff like that, like the Wii version and everything. And we say PS5 will probably come out also on Series X. And again, like exclusive to Series X. But to stick with the PlayStation side of it, I think it was also PS5 exclusive because it looked probably the most gorgeous remake of any of the Resident Evils.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it looked almost photorealistic, and that is a prop to the PS5.
Yeah, big. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it looks unbelievably stunning. And although I will say I have a soft spot for these remakes on the PC because of how people mod them. Like, the Thomas the Tank Engine and the Barneys and all kinds of stuff coming at you. Like that's amazing. But yeah, so Resident Evil 4 remake. I'm curious about it because I've never played it. I will say this though. I'm a little bit and this is me because I actually have a soft spot for this Resident Evil game. And honestly, I think it's one of the best ones they've ever made. Code Veronica, which came out before 4. I would love to see a remake of Code Veronica. And
it was funny. I was sitting there watching it. I'm like, oh, okay, a remake of Resident Evil 4. And it literally popped in my head, oh, I wonder where Code Veronica is. I wonder if Anthony's going to say anything about that. Like, I literally thought that when it came up, because I know how much you loved Code Veronica. I think you had it on the Dreamcast, right?
I had it on the Dreamcast. Yeah. It was one of my favorite Dreamcast games. Yep. So I would love to see them do Code Veronica. But I feel like they're just sticking with the main just line, 1, 2, 3, 4 type of thing. Yeah, but they're gonna run out of them soon.
This is true. Well, not really, because if they keep making new ones as they remake the old ones, because they showed a little bit more. I think there might be an update or something on Resident Evil 7. But wait, VILL? No, 7 or 8? No, Village. Yeah, I know, but the way they do VILL 5, 6, 7, 8. Technically, it's Resident Evil 8. Yeah, they always highlight. Yeah. In any event, but you're right. It's called Village. But now to mention it, yes, there's VR2 updates. Which also there was a lot of VR. We're going to talk a lot of VR2, not the unit itself, but a lot of games that they're preparing for the VR2, which I can't wait because honestly, the only reason why I want now a PS5 and a PlayStation VR2 is for the one wire hookup. Right. I know. It was a disaster. I love my VR, but yeah, there's a lot of wires. The only reason why I don't have it hooked up is I can't deal with all those. Oh no, I still have mine hooked up, and I do miss Beat Saber. I do miss Beat Saber. Stupid shoulder. Everyone I know is getting an Oculus too, but I'm like, nope, I'm sticking to my PlayStation. And PlayStation, it's not PlayStation, but VR lends itself to horror. Like, it really does. Horror works so well in VR. Wicked how much it works. And I don't even want to fathom to think about playing a Resident Evil game in VR. Yeah, but I've played a little bit of 7 in VR. Holy cow. Like, it's like it literally, like, you're just sitting there and you're like, you can feel the tension in your body as you're walking. It's like, I talked about like the demo. What was it? Like one of the demo games. I forgot what it was. 7. The demo was 7. No. The one I played, the one I'm talking about. I played, it was like a circus theme, but it was underneath. I can't, Until Dawn. Until Dawn, Rush of Blood. Yes. Yeah. And the shooter game. I have it. It's fantastic. All it was the demo, and you're in a rail. It's a rail system, so you just go and you just kind of look to the left, and there's a clown. You look to the right. There's just like weird things going on. Yep. And just the VR headset's starting to slip on my head because I'm sweating more and more, kind of panicking.
I love that game. Whenever I have somebody over and they want to try VR, that's like one of the first games I put on for them. And I'm like, here, you're gonna love this. And
you're a horrible human being.
I know.
All right, so Resident Evil 4 remake, so we can add that to the list, and then again, the Resident Evil 7 is going to have its VR2.
Resident Evil Village will be we'll have PSVR 2 content. We'll stick with the PSVR 2 because there were a few that they announced.
There was a bunch, yeah.
Yeah, so No Man's Sky is going to be coming to PSVR 2. Now, that's a game that's definitely worth doing in VR as well because it's space exploration. You know, you go to different worlds, you travel the planet, you see that, and it's one of those games I won't buy because it's endless. And the last thing I need to do is fall into an endless game.
The game, and like you literally almost, and when I say in real time, obviously you're doing like light years and stuff, but it's like you're almost traveling in real time to these planets. And I was watching a video on YouTube that was like comparing games and the size of their worlds, like in real, like to scale to each other.
Yeah.
And No Man's Sky is like 1.6 like quadrillion cubic miles or whatever.
It's insane.
Like it's because you can literally visit any planet that you see.
Yes.
And for a game that launched terribly, it really got itself back on its feet.
Oh yeah, absolutely did. I mean, they fixed all of the issues with it, and now it's just like, yeah, it's insane. I would love to get it one day just to try it, but I worry about the quote unquote, well, no pun intended, but the black hole I'll fall into.
Yeah, basically
playing it.
You're right. That game absolutely lends itself to VR capability.
Yeah, definitely does. Another one that's going to be getting PSVR 2 capabilities: Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners.
That one looked interesting.
Yeah, that was good. I have a friend that played through it and he really enjoyed it. Okay. But it was VR. It was regular VR, but now it's going to do VR 2, 2023 for that. And then the other one, which is interesting because it's going to be a new game set in a very popular world, and that's Horizon Call of the Mountain.
Yes.
So that'll be in the Horizon Zero Dawn world, or Horizon Forbidden West world, but it's its own game, its own story, everything. That's going to be PSVR 2 as well.
Excellent.
So a lot of VR 2. They're definitely leaning into it.
Good,
which is really cool. Some other things to come out of State of Play. Speaking of Horizon Forbidden West is getting some new modes. So who is it? Is that your Uber?
We're going on the road, folks.
I was gonna say you have somewhere to be. Yeah,
let's go.
You should do that one day. We'll record the podcast from an Uber. Horizon Forbidden West, for those of you who have played it, love it. You're getting new modes. There's going to be a performance mode. You're going to be able to reset your skills. There's an ultra hard difficulty coming. New Game Plus, which seems to be the new thing these days, playing New Game Plus. And more is what they listed. So a bunch of stuff coming to that game. Spider-Man.
This was interesting. I like, it was interesting to me that they announced this on State of Play.
Yeah, I know. So Spider-Man, if you, the Insomniac games, Spider-Man and Miles Morales, if you have not played those, you're living under a rock. You're missing two of like the best games.
I still haven't played them.
Oh my God. I
think I have Spider-Man.
Yeah, you need to play them. They are unbelievable. Like absolutely unbelievable. But yeah, interesting announcement by Sony. They will be coming to PC.
Yes.
August 12th this year.
That's what I was kind of, because you never, like, you always hear about Xbox and PC.
Yep.
But you never really hear Sony talk about their PC side, or at least not heavily.
Yeah.
This is the first time I remember where they really focus. Now, granted, it's probably more because it's a Sony game out of their kind of first-party library, but still really interesting to hear about the PC side of it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So that was an interesting thing to hear. But at the same time, like opening up those two games to PC gamers, you will not be disappointed.
Excellent
for PC gamers out there.
And obviously it'll be upgraded with the high res and stuff like that.
Upgraded. Yeah, absolutely. A bunch of other stuff that they announced. Tunic, which we talked about, I think recently.
Yes.
So Tunic, which is like a kind of like a Legend of Zelda Link to the Past style kind of game. It's out on the Switch now.
Yeah.
I believe, right. But now it's coming to PlayStation September 27th.
Okay.
I'm definitely excited about this game.
It looks fun.
Yeah, I may wind up getting it for the Switch because it's already out. But then again, even if I wait until September, it doesn't matter because I have I have a slew of games I need to play. My backlog is insane. But yeah, so Tunic is coming out September 27th. There's another game called Roller Drome. I don't know if you saw the preview for that.
I think I did. I just don't remember. Why don't I?
Yeah, it's something like Ollie World related.
Yes, I do remember it. Okay, yeah, I think I was wide. I kind of zoned out of that one. I was like, this doesn't look interesting.
Yeah, for me, it wasn't that interesting. Another game coming out this fall is called Season: A Letter to the Future.
Yeah, that's one of these like story driven. Again, not just it's.
Yeah. And I like story-driven games because they like when I need to take a break from something, like I'll play a story-driven game because sometimes they're short.
Okay.
Some of them are short. So that's coming out fall of 2022. If you've been following that, the one that I found really fun.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Can I guess which game that you might be very interested in?
Which one?
Could it be Stray?
Well, yeah, but I'll get to that.
Oh,
I'll get to that in a minute. No. The other one that was interesting to me was Eater Nights. I don't know if you saw this. It's a dating game that takes place in the apocalypse.
Oh no, I missed that one. How did I miss that one?
One's coming out. That one's coming out in 2023. So I like you had me right there. I was like the tagline. I'm like, it's like real world dating during the apocalypse. I'm in, all in. Yeah, it's called Eater Nights.
It wasn't hard enough.
It's called Eater Nights, which is awesome. And then we'll talk about Stray. So Stray is finally coming out. It's been in development for like 7 years.
Really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's been in development for 7 years. It is coming out July 19th, so it's only a month away, a little over a month away. And obviously the main character in Stray is the protagonist is a stray cat.
Yes. In a post-apocalyptic
robot-driven world type of thing. Yeah. Looks really interesting. I've actually had this on my wish list since I saw it, I think last year when they announced it. So I was very excited about this. I'm even more excited though when they announced that it is free to play if you are a PlayStation Plus Extra or Premium member.
Yes, that's right. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So if you get one of the top 2 tiers for the new PlayStation Plus,
I'll be doing anyway. So
I'm going to be doing it too. So I'll be playing Stray come July.
I'm at my parents' house. I'm watching their cat, and Stray comes up. You just it's doing like the whining or like they're in the fighting mode, like or whatever. And Sammy kind of pops up like, what was that?
Oh yeah, my cats are going to have a field day with it when I'm playing it. I'm sure.
It was like whenever I watch like the Apple announcements and stuff like that.
Yes.
And whenever they say you can say, "Hey Siri," and then like all my stuff in just my apartment goes on. Or nowadays with Alexa.
Yes. But yeah, so Stray is coming July 19th. Definitely looking forward to playing that. But I want to like be true to form. So it's like, in other words, like, when I get confronted with something, I'm just going to turn around and ignore it because that's what cats do. No, cats will just they'll be like, yeah, whatever. And then just like go find a bowl of food or something.
Just start cleaning yourself.
Exactly. It's like, oh my God, it's the big boss. And it's like, I'm just gonna lick my paw.
I feel like the cat should talk in the game, and it doesn't. So
no, he's got a little like backpack.
No, but I mean like actually talk.
No, I think it's perfect the way they have him. He meows, and then this translator talks for it. It's great. But that's what I want, like big boss battle, and they just curl up and go to sleep.
And you see a frustration level go up.
Right. That's how you beat the boss. The boss is just like getting angry.
Or you jump on the boss's like table and you slowly just start knocking things over while staring at him.
That's the kind of cat game I want. But this should be interesting. Stray July 19th.
Okay, good.
A few other things they announced. This game looks really interesting, called the Callisto Protocol.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, it's kind of like a survival horror game. Looks a little alien-esque. Like the Alien the movie. So it takes place on another planet. Looks really, really cool. Coming out December 2nd this year. Okay. And then the other two the big hitters, I think from the announcement, I think there were 3 big hitters. Resident Evil 4 was one of them. The other two, one was Final Fantasy 16.
Yes.
Which they have been talking about. And let me tell you something. The trailer for that blew my mind. I was like,
it almost looks medieval.
Yeah, it looks a little. It's got some medieval vibe to it, but the graphics for like, oh man, like for the summons, they were showing off like Shiva and Ifrit and Biomat. I was like, holy cow, these things look insane.
Hell yeah, the PS5 man is now finally starting to impress me, because now we're starting to see possibly exclusives on the PS5.
Exactly, and they're definitely some heavy hitters. Final Fantasy 16 is coming summer 2023, so you're a year away, not that far.
I got time.
And then the last one, which was really really exciting, it's not one that I'll buy because I think I kind of left this genre of gaming behind, but it was really cool to see Street Fighter 6 announced for 2023.
And what I loved about the trailer, they only showed 4 characters. It'd be great if it was those the only 4 characters in the game. But they showed 4 characters, I think 2 new characters or newer characters, 2 I'm unfamiliar with.
Yep.
And then showed Chun-Li and Ryu. I love how they finally aged Chun-Li and Ryu. Ryu's got the beard now. Looks, old. They both look older. Maybe a little. They've been through a few tournaments. They've been through 5 other tournaments. Yeah. So I like that. I like how they're finally kind of like aging them almost.
Yeah. So they're showing that they've been around for a little while.
Yeah.
Chun-Li is no longer 18.
No. She can still jump, but she's no longer 18. Jump.
Yeah. But just the preview of it was really, really cool. Yeah.
I mean, it's Street Fighter. You can't go wrong with it. Nope. So, but the graphics look phenomenal. You're going to get all these giant tournaments coming through and everything like that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So we'll see what's up. And I think they said, not on the state of play, but I think outside of it, they're saying that I think this is the first Street Fighter in a while that the new one is not exclusive to the PlayStation.
Yes, it will not be exclusive.
We'll be able to get it on Xbox and maybe Switch. Who knows?
Right. But just all in all, like if you're a Street Fighter fan, big news for you guys. It looks, looking really solid.
Looking good.
And I believe that was everything from State of Play. And to be honest with you, that was plenty.
It was a lot. It was definitely a lot. I'm not going to say I wasn't impressed. It was a lot of cool stuff, but like Resident Evil, like once I saw Resident Evil 4, like cool. Then dawned on me, like, all right, well, now we're going to get one of these a year now, which is fine with the remakes, but now like expecting them. I liked all the VR2 content. That's cool that they're starting to push VR2. But like I'm not going to say I was completely blown away. I was impressed. I was very, very impressed. But maybe it's also because I don't have a PS5 right now. I guess once I get a PS5, I'll start to feel a little different.
Well, yeah, and that's really what it is. And to be honest with you, like, my PS5, I have a handful of PS5 games, but I'm not really playing PS5, a lot of PS5 exclusives right now. I have a PS4 library I need to catch up on. You have a cat?
You want to come up? Come in.
Oh, a different cat on the show. Unheard of. Oh, look at that kitty. Hey.
No.
He's a cutie.
I just woke up.
Very, very cute.
You can go.
The future star of Stray 2.
Down.
Nope, tail. Just let the tail go. It's all good.
No, it's what I'm looking at.
Well, he wants to show you his business. That's all.
Go eat. That was Samson.
Yes.
All right. So State of Play, very cool stuff. Now let's get into something I came out of left field, and I could not. What? Don't start.
Wait, is this? We have meows. I hear meows.
Yes, we do. Because he's in the kitchen.
Okay.
Eat the pate.
No.
I like the pate.
Are we switching subjects off of Sony?
Trying to.
You're trying to? All right.
Are you done with Sony?
I think. Wow.
Yeah, you just ignore him.
He's wow.
Just ignore him. Yeah, he's all.
Well, yeah. So that's the wrap up for Sony. I think we should take a break.
Okay, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
All right, Larry, it is time for one of our little short segments, which we don't have very often, but I do enjoy them.
Good.
But we are going to have a special retro birthday today.
Oh, what do we have?
And this is an interesting one because it's a throwback. It's just only one retro birthday this week, I think, worth noting. And we are going to go all the way back to 1977.
Wow.
Yes. So we are celebrating the 45th retro birthday of Nintendo's color TV game 15S.
Wow, that is a pull.
That is a pull.
Yeah.
So for those of you who aren't aware, there were a number of consoles that Nintendo came out with before the Nintendo Entertainment System in the mid 80s. And these were kind of like these were ones that had the games built in, no cartridge based system. Games were just built into them and you just plug them into your TV and play. That's what they were. They would just plug and play consoles. And so the Nintendo worked hand in hand with Mitsubishi at the time to create this system. It obviously, as the name says, it contained 15 games. Well, 15 games. But when when you played through it, it essentially gave you so the 15S had 4 tennis games, which is basically Pong.
Okay, yep.
4 tennis games, 4 hockey games.
Okay, which is basically Pong.
Right. 4 versions of volleyball.
Pong-ish.
And then you had 2 ping pongs.
Pong.
Yeah, Pong. And a shooting game, a single player shooting game.
Not Pong.
So those were the games that you got. So it was called the 15S because every variation of the game was considered a separate game because that's how it was programmed.
Atari did that too.
Yeah. So, and then basically each version, like for tennis, hockey, and volleyball, you had a single and double. Basically, each one had a single double, and those were considered 2 different games. Same thing with ping pong. So, so the Color 15S came out 45 years ago in Japan. It was not released in the States.
Oh, okay.
To my understanding, this was not the Color TV games were not released in the States. It had like a yellowish kind of color to it. It was very interesting. It was the sequel to the Color TV game 6.
Yes,
which, as you would guess, only had 6 games. But this one
versions of Pong.
Yeah, exactly. Right, and you basically had 6 versions of Pong. So you got to upgrade yourself to 15 on this one. But yeah, just a little, dipping a little bit into Nintendo's history before cartridges were a big thing with them. So 45 years ago,
45
Color TV game 15S, and that is this week's retro birthday.
All right, we're back, and boy, I never thought we'd be talking about something like this because I feel like kind of all of them have already come out, but there's a new mini coming out.
There is a new mini coming out, and no, not all the minis have come out yet. Well, actually, let's go back and
the main ones, like the main.
No, I was just going to say a mini has essentially come out for almost everything once.
Yes,
once.
Correct.
Now we're going around the block again.
Who knew we'd get a sequel?
Yeah.
But kind of out of nowhere, Sega announced for now, only in Japan, but we all know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Sega has announced the Mega Drive Mini 2.
Yes. So Sega's surprising everybody with this one, especially considering the fact that the Mega Drive games have been showing up on the Switch Online. They're readily, there are downloads available on most virtual consoles. Just nice little surprise.
Yeah, no, very, very cool surprise. So it's essentially a little more of the same, no pun intended, but it's going to be coming out in Japan. Again, right now, only released in Japan, October 27th, 2022. An international release planned, but not yet scheduled. All right, well, we knew that was happening.
Well, there you go.
Just to bring this up real quick, just to show you, it's going to look like this.
Ooh, very nice.
It's essentially the Genesis 2. So the first Genesis Mini was a Genesis 1. This is going to be the Genesis 2. Obviously makes sense.
Yep.
It's going to come with a 6-button controller, as it did. Hopefully ours will have a 6-button controller this time around.
Yeah, I hope so.
We got a 3. And there are 11 out of 50, 11 games so far announced for the Mini.
They had also announced there's going to, before you get into the games, that there's going to be a Sega CD attachment for it.
Yes. You know how all the times you're always like, hey, I mentioned something and you're like, I'm going to mention that later.
Yeah.
Well, now I know how you feel. Because that would be, I believe, this.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Yes, a Sega CD Model 2.
Mm-hmm.
Again, non-working. It's only for display purposes only.
Yep.
But it would come with a Mega Drive cart, and it would come with a Sega CD. This one happens to be, or Mega CD, excuse me. Yep. This would be Sonic CD. The thing pops open. And I heard it also will come with an attachment to lengthen here so you can attach the original Genesis Mini to it, which was longer.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just like the real one did.
Yep. All right. That's really cool. I would love to have that. That's just a nice display.
No, this thing is awesome. And I have like the Tower of Power, the original one.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I definitely need to find that one.
Awesome.
What's also cool about this Mega Drive Mini 2 is it's not only going to be Mega Drive games. I mean, for now, we'll mention Mega Drive. There's nothing official for us, for the North American. But it's also going to have Mega CD games.
Yes, I'm very excited about that.
That's what's going to be cool. So let's go through the so far announced games. Mm-hmm. We're going to go in order here. So from the Sega CD or Mega CD, Sylphied.
Yes.
Great shoot 'em up. I'm going a little out of order here. Mansion of Hidden Souls.
Uh-huh.
I believe that's a Japanese exclusive. Don't hold me to that one.
No, I believe it came out.
It's right?
Yeah, I think okay. I thought it came out here.
Popful Mail.
Oh.
Which is big time because the North American Sega CD version of Popful Mail goes for, I think, between $1,200 to $1,500.
Jeez.
Like original in box.
That's
huge.
Okay.
If we get that version. Shining Force CD.
Yes, very excited about that because I don't have it.
Well, if this is on the North American release, you might have it.
Sounds like I'm going to be getting one.
Maybe for a price. And Sonic the Hedgehog CD.
Yes, Sonic CD is awesome.
Yes, so those are the 5 CD games.
Okay.
The 5 Mega Drive cartridge games coming out: Virtua Racing, Bonanza Brothers, Shining in the Darkness.
Yeah, Shining in the Darkness is an interesting game. I don't know if you've ever played it.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, because it's the precursor to Shining Force, but it's like
the first game in the series.
It's a first-person dungeon crawler.
That's what I love about it. Excuse me, it's an old school dungeon crawler.
Yes.
Thunder Force 4 and Magical Taruto.
Yes.
And
Taruto.
And they announced a bonus game. That's kind of like when the Genesis Mini came out. There were 2 games on it that were never released on the Genesis: Darius and Tetris.
Right.
They're doing the same thing here. Never originally released for the system, for the Mega Drive, is the Mega Drive version of Fantasy Zone.
Yeah, and I saw that on the list, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's really cool."
Classic.
So I will be. I can already tell you right now, I'll be pre-ordering this thing.
Yes. Well, to tell you right now, I've already pre-ordered the Mega Drive Mini 2 via Amazon Japan.
Very nice.
And as of this recording, they are right now out of stock.
Oh, darn!
So I caught mine pretty early.
Oh, good for you. I guess I'll have to wait, but that's okay because I have a PS5. And you don't.
But they have already been out of stock of the Sega CD add-on, which I'm very upset about.
Well, they'll restock.
I really want it, but I found something else.
What did you find?
I ended up ordering.
What did you order?
From Amazon Japan.
Oh boy!
And this I think is awesome.
Okay, what did you?
It is the Mega adapter for the Genesis Mini.
That's funny.
And this is basically the power base converter that we got here in the United States.
Yep.
That allowed you to play Master System games and Master System card games on the Genesis.
That's really cool.
So, and what's even cooler about this is if I looked at it correctly, it does come with multiple cartridges and one card game. Obviously, none of these work.
Right, but that's just really cool. It's just nice for for display.
So I got that on order from Amazon Japan.
Nice, but you got that Sega CD though. Like that's like a must get.
I'm looking for. I have it. I have it on my wish list. So hopefully they let me know.
Okay, cool. Well, isn't that the whole point of the wish list when it becomes available?
I don't know how it works.
Okay, so. I don't know either. Amazon can do what they want.
And again, these once they ship, I get them like the next day. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's really quick.
Yeah, and I'm talking about here in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So, but so the mini. So again, the Mini 2. Great to see. Genesis, Sega, excuse me, really looking to get more games out there, and it kind of made us wonder. Well, what happens if maybe we got other sequels to some of the minis?
Yes.
That we've gotten. So we kind of came up real quick. Each of us came up with a top 5. Though I'm sure you might have a couple extra because I do too.
I only did 5.
Okay, so we both have top 5.
Yes.
If they came out with an NES Mini 2, a Super NES Mini 2,
right?
We're going to throw in, because there's still 40 games at least that's not announced.
That's
for the Mega Drive 2.
Yep.
Maybe some of our wish list of Genesis games. Yes. So we're just going to get right into it. Ant, you want to go first on this one for the NES?
I was going to say, which one do you want to start with? Because we've been talking about the Mega Drive. Should we do the Mega Drive
stick
first?
with the Mega Drive? All right, why not?
Yeah, let's stick with the Mega Drive since we're on that one.
I got okay. 5 out of these. Okay.
Do you have? All right. I have my 5, and I just stopped at 5 because I was like, okay, I have 5. Stop. Okay. And again, a lot of these will just wind up being wish lists because they're all going to be licensed games,
and that's
always the issue.
I tried to hold myself to some parameters. I know this we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
So you just went with just what you would love to see.
No. I went full on wish list. I'm like, which games do I want on there? Are they going to wind up being on there? No, because a lot of them are licensed, but I think there are a couple of them that could get there.
Well, listen, I was shocked to see a Disney game on the last one. So you're right. Genesis, Sega might pull it out.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. Well, also Sega had a lot more licensed third-party games.
They did.
So there's a chance. So the ones that I have on my list, first and foremost, I can't imagine it not being on there. It needs to be. Well, then again, it's a Japanese system. So it probably won't be on there, but I would love to see Night Trap on there.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. And I would love to see Night Trap in Japanese. Like I would like dubbed in Japanese. That would be awesome.
To the poor woman who had to dub Dana Plato.
Yes. Oh, poor Dana Plato. But yeah, so Night Trap was definitely like one of the first games I thought of because the game is just absurd and awesomely bad and great at the same time. Ooh, I'm yawning.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
This is what happens when you talk about Dana Plato.
This is what happens when you wake up at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, I don't know. It's no problem.
Hey. Second game on my list, definitely one I would want to see on there. NHL 94.
Oh my gosh.
And the Sega CD version would be great.
Yes, and I just bought that version not too long ago.
Yep, as did I. I actually have 3 versions of. I have 3 NHL 94s.
I know you're a hockey fan, as you can tell.
Yes.
But
hey, Rangers are playing today. So, and actually, when this episode drops, the Rangers are playing today. So
yes.
So that one definitely on my list. And then the rest of them, which I'm pretty sure will not be on the system. Amazing Spider-Man versus Kingpin.
I find that game weird.
It's a weird game, but it's a really good game. I did enjoy it.
It's very good. Very good. Yes.
It's really good. And to be honest with you, my Mini 2 list they're actually all Sega CD games.
Yeah. Funny enough, I completely forgot about the Sega CD when I made my list.
Yeah. See, my list is all Sega CD. So Amazing Spider-Man vs. Kingpin, Star Wars Rebel Assault for Sega CD, which is a great game. I'm not even. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan in the world, but I love their video games. They're just they make really good games. And then the last one on the list is just one I would think you would have on it, but you didn't think of Sega CD, of course. But just I love this game. I remember when it came out, I was really excited about it. WWF Rage in the Cage.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Remember just all the characters and then the terrible full motion video.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Pixel City.
Oh,
it was Pixel City. But but just first wrestling game to come out for us that had like 20 guys in it.
Oh yeah, it was the biggest roster for a WWE game for us at the time. Cool to see like the Nasty Boys in the game. I remember using IRS all the time. I don't know why. Probably because we have the same birthday. And
I always used Macho Man.
Yes, you did. But it was just a great game, and the gameplay was so much fun.
Yeah, the gameplay was fantastic. So those are my 5.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna make some more. Not that you can see my list, but so 5. So Sega CD wise, I would love for them to put Sewer Shark in there.
Sewer Shark was fun. Yes.
Like, I don't know if they can really jam FMV full motion video games into there.
Oh, I'm sure they can.
All right. Well, like without sacrificing anything, hopefully. But Sewer Shark, 6, 9er, shooting all the rats and everything.
Yes.
I would love for them to see, and I've got to admit, when I made my list, I tried to do games. I did try and do a parameter, like games that aren't already available on like compilations.
Okay.
Like Hyperstone Heist, I would love to see, but it's coming out on the Turtles collection.
Right.
So you know what I mean? So I left stuff like that out. I tried to do stuff that might not be license issues, but Shadow Dancer, which is a sequel to Shinobi.
Yep.
And it was a great version on the Genesis, on the Mega Drive. Just because it's such a weird game. Boogerman.
Oh yeah, Boogerman.
Okay. From the guys who gave you Earthworm Jim.
Yeah.
Booger. It's like the biggest thing I remember from it. And it was just a fun platform, just a fun game to play.
Yep.
A game that I feel like could be considered a hidden gem, Golden Axe Warrior.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Part of the Golden Axe series. Could be sued by Nintendo for how much it's like Zelda.
Yep.
But it's an amazing game, and it is an unlockable game on one of the Genesis collections. I think on the PS3 Genesis collection.
Okay.
But the game is phenomenal. The Genesis version of Ms. Pac-Man. So personally speaking, always loved the Genesis version of Ms. Pac-Man. It had the hyper mode in it.
Yep.
You played faster.
I have that game.
And then a great puzzle game, and to me is like one of the last Genesis games I remember buying while the system was still available. Zoop.
Oh yeah, I remember.
OOP. It's like a circular game with balls.
Yes.
Those are your 5. Yeah. So those would be my 5 for wish list for Genesis.
Okay.
Of course, we got time. We got till October for this to come out, and and what's interesting about the Genesis Mini, we'll then move on to the Super Nintendo, is that even the first Genesis Mini, they were like 3 different regions. It was the North American, the Japanese, and then like the Asian, like Korean version or something.
Yeah, they had to create a specific version for like the Korean market.
But even that one had a couple of exclusive games that the other 2 didn't.
Yep.
So it'll be really interesting to see if they really go weird on different, different regions.
Yeah.
With this Mini too, but time will tell.
That it will.
All right. Let's move over. You know what? Let's go backwards as far as systems are concerned.
Okay.
Let's talk about the Super Nintendo.
All right. Super Nintendo.
If we had a Super Nintendo Mini 2.
Okay. So Super Nintendo Mini 2. Well, I'll just start off with this one. Again, sticking to the wrestling theme.
Okay.
WWF Raw.
Okay.
I loved that game. It was like, I remember getting that game. That was a game I always tell the story about, where my mom bought it for me for Christmas and I got to open it on December 4th.
That was the game where you said, "Hey, I got Raw. Cool. Let's play." First time I came over your house.
Oh yeah.
Played Raw. First time we hung out, walked home, got mugged. Yep. And that is a God honest true story.
Yeah. Who told you to walk home?
I don't know. It was a straight walk too. Yeah, who knew?
I know. Those mean streets of Garrettson Beach.
Honestly. No. Is that considered? It was by where the Key Food used to be.
Oh no, that might still be Marine Park. I think Key Food is still there.
No, it is still there. Yeah, but it was across the street from Key Food.
Key Food is still there. Jan's is not.
Yeah. Oh, Jan's. Oh my
Jan's
God,
is long gone.
They have the best ice cream ever.
Oh man. Oh, I love their ice cream. It was so cool.
I told you next time you come in, we'll go to Pronto's.
Yes, we're going to Pronto. I need my chicken parm. So WWF Raw.
Okay.
Actually, what's funny is that I put this on the list even though I showed it off earlier. Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
There you go.
I don't mind having I separate between whether I own it and where it belongs.
Fair enough.
I think it should definitely be on a Mini.
Okay.
And then I jumped over to Disney.
Okay.
And I flip-flop between the two, but I lean towards Lion King.
Ooh,
Lion King I loved on the Super
Great
Nintendo.
game.
Insanely hard, but loved that game.
Mm-hmm.
Aladdin I would want on Genesis. The Genesis version was better.
You're right.
Genesis version was better. But yeah, Lion King for the SNES Mini 2. And then the last two games, probably two of the best games I've ever played on the Super Nintendo that were not available on the original SNES Mini. One, Chrono Trigger.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Chrono
I'm still shocked they didn't include that.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger has to be on a Mini 2 if they make it.
Yeah.
And then the other one, which I think you'll agree with me on this one, Adventures of Batman and Robin. For the Super Nintendo.
Fantastic on Super Nintendo.
Unbelievable. Like that game just blew my mind. It was like playing through the cartoon.
When I played the Genesis version for the first time, like a couple of years ago, I was like, what is this garbage?
Yeah, I was so disappointed with the Genesis one because the Super Nintendo one was phenomenal.
Super Nintendo was so much better and so fun. You're right. Yep. All right. Not a bad list.
Nope.
So with mine, I got first, this was an exclusive actually for like Blockbuster. Remember when Blockbuster used to have exclusive games?
Yes, I do.
So it was exclusive Blockbuster and then eventually had a limited release on its own, but specifically Final Fight Guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So Final Fight came out. Great game. What are you doing over there? Great game. Mm-hmm. But, everyone complained that it wasn't 2-player, plus it omitted Guy, which was the third player in the Final Fight arcade game.
Right.
So I guess Blockbuster was like, well, we'll just redo the game, but we'll include Guy instead of Cody. Mm-hmm. I just think it's a fun niche, just an interesting game to throw on there.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Another game that never saw, at least on the Super Nintendo, never saw a North American release. It got a release on Game Boy Advance. So good enough, but still to bring it over for the Super Nintendo if there was a Mini 2. Mega Man and Bass.
Oh, yeah.
Great spin-off game, not part of the, more like with like the original Mega Man series.
Yeah.
But just such a fun game. Again, I had it on Game Boy Advance. You can find replica versions for the Super Nintendo. Would be cool to include on there. SimCity.
I almost put SimCity on my list.
I think it's just a fun simulator.
Yep.
For people to recognize and, make sure to keep the $1 million code in there.
Yeah, well, of course.
For me, Gradius 3.
Of course.
Definitely got to be in there.
I was waiting for a side scroller.
Great version on the Super Nintendo. Mm-hmm. And then again, another sleeper that really kind of no one remembers, I think. Faceball 2000.
I don't even know that one.
So this was a game, it was on Game Boy and it was on Super Nintendo. It started off as like just a computer game that people would link together, and it was like a homebrew almost. Up to 16 players can play, and it's kind of like it was almost like the first deathmatch game.
Okay,
everyone and you just played as a sphere. It was like a smiley face sphere. That just for graphics, whatever. And you go around and you eliminate everybody. And I remember having it on Super Nintendo, and it just turned into again a survival mode, almost like a Doom, but with smiley faces. Yeah. Very fun to play.
All right.
Right. That was 5. 1.
Yeah, that's an interesting list.
5. Yep.
Very cool.
So
did you have any of on your list? Did you have any of the ones that I mentioned?
No.
You just skipped over? Oh, okay. We've just been completely different.
Yeah. So far we've skipped out. On doubling up.
Right. Right, cool.
And then finally NES. If we got a Mini 2 on the NES,
I'm curious to see if we double on some of these.
We're gonna see.
All right, NES Mini 2. It's funny. It actually took me a longer to figure this one out than the other ones because I just couldn't. Because I pulled my NES Mini to look at it and be like, "Oh no, that one's on there. Oh yeah, that's on there. Okay, that's on there. What do I do?" All right. So my 5 are first off Tetris, the original.
Okay.
Tetris, the original. Nothing beats that game, in my opinion, in terms of like a puzzler.
That's a good version.
So, yeah, absolutely love that. The second one on my list, again, I'm dipping into the Disney bucket, DuckTales.
Yes.
DuckTales. Yes. Got to have the original DuckTales.
Yep.
Love that game. Also, into the license bucket again.
Actually, before you move on, Bit Brigade. Great band that travels around. We actually saw them. They performed live at the last time we did the Retro X before everything shut down. And they have they play through a Nintendo game, but play the tracks live.
Oh, that's really
Someone
cool.
plays the game. So when at Long Island Retro Expo, they played Mega Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
So someone played live and then they did the music. It's up on our YouTube page. Awesome.
Yep.
They just released, they did DuckTales.
Oh, that's cool.
All the music from DuckTales. It's awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
All right. Good to know. Third game on my list, and I went back and forth on this one. Did I want the original? Did I want the sequel? And I kind of leaned towards the sequel, and I went to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game.
Arcade game, way better, I think. I think the best of the three.
Yeah, best of the three by far. But like, you know, for me as a kid who played a lot of single player games, I played the first game a lot.
See, and I never owned the first one originally.
Oh, so yeah, I did.
I was all about the second one.
Yeah, see, I owned the first one, so I played that one a lot. All right, last two. This one, I remember loving it on the NES, so it was funny when it popped back in my head, but the original Metal Gear.
Ooh, good pull.
Yeah, that one was a lot of fun.
Yep.
That one was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed that. And then the last one on my list, and I wanted to assume that this one's on your list. This one should be on your list if you didn't think of it. We got the first two games on the NES Mini, and it seemed like a crime to not include this one.
Oh,
Castlevania 3: Dracula's Curse,
which to me is the greatest of the three on Nintendo.
Right. So, like, I feel like that one has to be on there.
Yeah, like it still bothers me today that they left 3 out and put that terrible 2 on the Mini.
2 is a great game. Sorry. Which, by the way, how's 2 coming along? I believe you promised 3 years ago that you were going to finish it.
I'm sure it was more than that.
At least 3 years ago.
It was one of the first things we said we were going to do when we started recording.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I'm going to complete Castlevania 2. And then like a month later, yeah, I gave up on it.
Because I forgot how terrible it is.
It's a great game.
It's the Breath of the Wild of the Castlevania series.
Which means it's excellent.
Terrible. Shock. I mean, no, Castlevania 3 was not on my list only because, like you said, I kind of kept to like the Castlevania collection's already out.
Okay. This
is just how I was doing it on my list. That's
right. All right. Fair enough.
But trust me, I thought about it. I seriously thought about it. So for me, first one on here, which I feel like if they do try and do it, there will be a licensing issue because there is a very famous song in it, the Peter Gunn theme.
Okay.
As soon as I say that, I'm sure people might know what I'm talking about. Spy Hunter.
Yes.
So
Spy Hunter's a great game.
Fantastic game. Love to see that on the system. Sports game. Got to get a sports game on there. I would go Blades of Steel.
I almost put Blades of Steel on my list.
Blades of Steel.
Blades of Steel.
Me and my cousins.
Excellent game.
Me and my cousins used to play that all the time. And I always found it funny, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I actually mean it in a loving way. My girl cousins. Yeah. I'm like, you're not supposed to have a Nintendo. What are you girls doing? They'd kick my butt in Blades of Steel every time.
And rightfully so.
I feel kind of a sleeper hit. Karnov.
I loved Karnov.
You loved it so much.
I used to rent it all the time.
Me at one of the collections.
I did not steal it from you. I went to the table. I was like, "Ooh, Karnov," and you're like, "I want it." As I was picking it up to buy it,
I'm pretty sure it was in my hands first.
No, you did not touch it.
You
did not soil my cartridge with your fingers.
I have to beg to differ on that one. Again, thinking about a game maybe to throw in for the Western, for the North American groups for a game that never came out over here. And a series that I've learned to love over the years is how goofy it is. Paradius.
Oh yeah.
From Konami. It's such a goofy side scroller shoot 'em up.
Yep.
I have the Super Nintendo version. I have the Game Boy version. Actually, I do have the NES version, but it would be awesome to see on this collection.
Right.
And then finally, and I kind of went back and forth on.
Wait. I know the last one. I think I can guess it. I got it. California Games.
No.
I was like, why are you giving us views we shouldn't be seeing? On
yeah, I should have done that faster. No, I went back and forth, but I decided because it's an NES collection. What are you doing?
Don't yell at your cat.
I have to. He doesn't listen. Rad Racer.
Oh, okay. That was interesting. You know what's funny? I was looking at Rad Racer, RC Pro-Am, like those type of things. Leave your cat alone. Rad Racer's a good pull.
Yeah, and include the 3D aspect on it.
Oh,
you have to get glasses.
You have to get the glasses. Yes.
So,
speaking of, I didn't show them off before, and I forgot because they were still in the thing. But the Zombies Ate My Neighbors thing came with 3D glasses.
The game's in 3D.
No, I just think it came with it because the character wears.
Oh, that's right. The character wears them. Yes.
Yeah. So, and then it also came with a nice little playing card, a Ghoul Patrol.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do that. Yeah, limited run does that.
Yeah, and a poster. But poster
very cool.
But yeah. Anyway, yeah, Rad Racer in 3D.
So that's my thought. The game I was debating, but I felt like I wanted to go more of a Nintendo game. I would I'll give a honorable mention, Battletoads.
Oh, of course.
So
the hardest game ever made.
I'd kind of rather see like an NES game on there.
Yep. So, nope, that's fair.
Or Nintendo,
oh, and speaking of circling back to Carnob, I recently learned this. I don't know if you knew this, but did you know Carnob had a sequel?
No.
There's another game in the Carnob franchise.
Really?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember it, and I want to say it was Super Nintendo.
Carnob 2?
No. Carnob's Revenge, it was called.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Carnob's Revenge. Actually, I'm sorry. It was not on the Super Nintendo. It was on the Neo Geo.
Oh, I definitely never played it.
Released for the Neo Geo. Neo Geo CD and Sega Saturn, actually. Now that I'm looking at
it was a fighter. That's why
I
forgot about it. Yeah.
Yep. It was a fighting game. Yeah, because you remember almost everything that came out on Neo Geo was like a fighting game.
Yeah, oh my God, yes. Like, all right, you have one, you don't need 12.
Yeah, exactly. But no, that's a really good list. I have a feeling we won't see any more minis out of Nintendo.
No.
But Sega, at least, we're getting the Mega Drive 2. And then since there was a Genesis 3 console,
that's what I'm thinking.
I would like to get a third one as well.
The Genesis 3 was so ugly.
It really was, but I would still want it now that they're doing the different versions.
You're right. I would love to see that. And then of course the Amiga Mini just came out recently. I think it's shipping actually.
Yeah, I know. I'm holding. I'm trying not to buy it. Yeah. But I keep going back and looking at it, and but then I also look behind me, and I'm like, you don't play any of these. And I love the TurboGrafx. The TurboGrafx one, I think, is my favorite one.
TurboGrafx is probably the best one out of all of them so far.
Yeah, but I keep going back to the Amiga. I think I'm going to cave eventually.
I've got I had like a bunch of gift cards for my birthday, so like I had it pre-ordered. I'm like, I think I could use something else. Like I never owned an Amiga, so I'm not really familiar with the games and everything. Yeah. Now at this point, I think I'm just gonna try and roll the dice and wait for it to drop in price.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Oh yeah, like when I got my PlayStation one for $11.
Whatever. Still worth every bit of the $100 I pre-ordered it for.
It was worth the 11 for me.
In any event, so we'll have more information on the Mega Drive or the Genesis Mini 2 eventually when it comes out, especially for North America. And with that, I think we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, but you know what? Like for those of you who listen or watch, sound off on our page. Let us know what games do you want to see on this on the Mega Drive Mini 2. Actually,
we did get only one response. Let me see if I can pull it up on our Instagram page. Of course. I can never pull up the results. I always have it. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I just, when it was announced, I just threw up on our Instagram. And where is our Instagram?
You wait. I didn't do my spiel at the end. Don't do that to me. I have to go in order. Otherwise it doesn't make sense.
I know. I do the same thing. Trust me.
Yes. So just what is on Instagram right
now? 502 Ray M responded Virtua Fighter 2.
Oh, good game.
That'd be interesting.
Good game.
So.
All right.
Where can they find us?
Well, see, now you messed me up. You guys can find us on Facebook.com/RetroGamersPodcast, on Instagram @RetroGamersPodcast, on Twitter @RetroGamersPod. You can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube, or you can email us at email@theretrogamers.com.
And the email does work because, as we said earlier, we had gotten an email.
Yeah, we did get an email. Don't do it.
All right. With that, Ant, have a wonderful week.
You have a wonderful week as well. We're going to do this again, aren't we?
We are. And I can't wait to do it. And we'll catch you guys and girls and everyone next week on the Retro Gamers Podcast.